Welcome back everyone to DBS. Hope everyone's fine. Alright, so I have some interesting video to do today. Last week I fought this person who I thought was popular Souls PvPer and YouTuber Revan619. I posted this video because I thought it was really him. It turns out once I posted the video on GameFAQs or FAQs, came to my attention that Revan himself said, well, this is not actually me. And I didn't believe it at first. And some people also commented and saying, you're fighting the fake Revan. And someone was like, oh, you actually had someone make a specific build just to troll Revan and say that you won. Well, once it turns out that it was really not Revan, I deleted the video and I was in touch with him, and he's like, you know what, let's have a fight and duel. So I took him up because I would, he's one of my favorite guys, so I took him up. So obviously I beat that other guy, not easily, but right. Here's where I get my pummeling. Now, what I learned from Revan is that you have to learn your spacing. So I started out okay, I suppose, but the number one thing I keep forgetting is that the Chaos, what is it called? Demon Scar, the Demon Scar curved sword, one has very good roll catching. So my biggest mistake was trying to trade with him in close combat. So what would happen here? He'd throw his fire surge, I'd roll into him, and he'd quickly close the gap with his curved sword. And another thing is I forgot about having black flame, because that's destructive. What I kept trying to do, because I'm using a washing pole as my preferred weapon, is that I'm trying to close the gap, try to get close, because obviously it's the only way I can make damage. And we had a very nice first fight because I was really focused, and he kept throwing the pressure, and I thought I was doing all right until he pulled out a dagger here, which I take out my Pontiff Knight curved sword for countering dagger quick steps, and I kept really trying to close the gap and take the hits of the fire surge, because that's what I did the first time, instead of running away from it. So what ended up happening is that I got really close. I kept trying to do the running R1 or the rolling R1, but I just couldn't do it, and he caught me with it. So this was our first round, and I thought I did I stood up and I had a good fight. I put up a good fight against Revan. Now this is round 2. Here is where things started to falter from my side. I started to get really greedy and thinking that, well, I gotta start being a little more aggressive. So I kept again trying to do the weapon arts, trying to do the roll catching, trying to do the earning R1s just to get close. And again, as you can see, the roll catches on the curved sword are just too fast, and my washing pole is too slow. Even when I want to do regular R1, he's able to do a black flame first. So that's mistake number 2. Don't trade with a curved sword. Now round 3, again, still trying to use my washing pole, because that's, you've seen my videos, that's my favorite weapon. I do all my parry videos with it and everything, and I do pretty well, I suppose. But against Revan, he's one being able to I tried to do a parry there, just didn't catch it. And I see all the mistakes I've done. He kept doing the R1s, and I kept trying to roll out of it, and I know that the R1s with a curved sword are just are much faster than the washing pole. I really kept trying to put the pressure on him, try to get close, but then he switched to the dagger and dark dagger, and that's it. I was too slow. round 4. Here I'm starting to lose patience. I'm starting to not keep my focus. I wanted to win at least one fight. Keep in mind, I'm having fun. We're not having it's all friendly and everything. But you know how it is. You want to like prove your worth. So as you can see, I'm trying to close the distance. Again, rolling R1s never work against the curved sword with all the catching of the R1s. Here I make another mistake, and actually I learned that this weapon art leaves a little bit of AoE on the floor, and then that's it. Roll catch into true combo of Black Flame, dead. Dead. And now got round number 5 coming up. We had 6 fights, but actually I overwrote over the 6th one, so I'm sorry, we don't have the footage of the last fight. But this is the fight just before the last. Here I've lost all hope. I've decided that, well, that you might be a little outclassed. Again, same mistakes. Trying to close the gap, trying to get in close, trying to use the R1s. Forgetting that curved swords are much faster. And I eat that Chaos Vestiges to the face. So as you can see, guys, first of all, GG to Mr. Revan. I had a great fight, even though I lost all of them and he pummeled me to the ground. But what he's been saying all along is true. And that is, you gotta know your spacing, don't get too aggressive. The Demon Scar setup is definitely top tier after I faced him directly head on. I personally, I wouldn't know how to really beat him in this case. I did my best, but with my washing pole and his way of applying pressure with the fire surge, with the closing the gap, much faster speed against the washing pole, his ability to use Chaos Vestiges and other high damaging pyromancies is much harder than I anticipated. I've beaten a lot of pyromancers before, but in this case, because he knows what he's doing and he's reading all my moves, and I was trying to read his. But unfortunately, my setup is just too weak against the way he's playing. He's faster with his weapon R1s. He can apply pressure with fire surge, and unfortunately, unlike the first fight, as you can see, I kept rolling into it and trying to use rolling R1s or the weapon art katana and tanking the hit because it doesn't stagger you. But what he was doing, because he knows what's up, is that when he did the fire surge and saw me rolling, he will automatically do 2 R1s or 1 R1 and a Black Flame, leading to my death. So I concede all defeat. The Revan really lives up to his name. I would really love to fight him again someday. If any previous confusion was there, I apologize to him again, totally in spirit, because I felt that I actually beat one of the top tier players. I have beaten many of them before, like Fighter PL, and lost my sanity and all that, randomly of course. Faced Moose Torrent and Bloodborne, not here, and I've beaten the Ashen Hollow on his Invasion live stream, and I've beaten Paragon DS. I do a lot of videos like washing pole, parry montages, and I made actually the video dedicated to Revan because discussing spacing, because I won a couple of fights against strength weapons flawlessly. So I don't consider myself a bad player, but I still need to learn some tech with playing with the higher tier guys. So cheers, Revan. Thank you, brother. And I hope we can get to fight someday another time. Take care.